Good morning. So today I am assigned to be your motivational speaker. So with the topic values formation in educational setting, my professor in the subject is Dr. Maria Teresa Imperial. Okay. Hi. So my name is Sarah Katrina P. de Mesa-Portes. Currently, I'm taking Doctor of Philosophy and Educational Management in University of Batangas, consortium with Kalayan Educational Foundation Incorporated. So I am currently connected with Talipa National High School, a public school here in Quezon. Senior high school teacher too. So I am under the Humanities and Social Sciences department. But before I become a public servant, I am a human resource assistant in East Harbor Philippines Incorporated, and then become part of Kalan Educational Foundation Incorporated as a assistant guidance counselor in college department. After that, I decided to inspire. I hope I inspire more students and become a public school teacher. So my topic is all about values clarification. I hope at this point, if you are watching here from your in your school, or if you are want to clarify your values in life, you have a particular values that embedded to you when you were still young. According to Roy Disney, it is not hard to make decision when you know what your values are. Of course, if you have a strong foundation of your values, you are guided what decision are you going to make. Values are influenced by your family, individual experience, religion aspect, and your society. So let me ask you, what is your values? So as we go on to the topic, let's define what is value. Individual's values as a person can be defined as what the person holds to be right or good. Values clarification or value clarification will provide an opportunity for a person to reflect on personal, moral dilemmas and allow for values to be analyzed and clarified. Values clarification teaches that behavior is not morally good or evil. Rather, wise or foolish action can vary according to time, place, and circumstances. Values clarification has to be rationalized process, meaning you need to think it twice. You need to rationalize, you need to use your cognition to process what is right thing to do or what your value are accepted. So it is important aspect of value clarification in education in moral development is moral development of a child. So moral development of a child can be achieved through various techniques that we're going to talk about uh, for today's session. Children in school with value confusion are usually underachievers, not only education, but in every aspect. So if you have a student who are confused about his values in life, usually they have problem achieving their goals or maintaining a good grade. So because children are supposed to know or you're supposed to hone them what values they need do you want to achieve in life, like they want to be successful or they want to be stable when they grow up. So if your children or your student don't have a clear values in life, they have trouble achieving this aspect because they are not captain. Teacher play an important role in molding the student to be effective citizens of our society. Yes, as a teacher, our role in individual student is very big. Okay, we need to mold them. What are their values in life? Because values can be right or good, good or rather evil. Okay, so one value should protect one's morality. To ensure such improvement among confused students, values clarification and education become essential. Value clarification and education help children in making decision making, exploring self-exploration, freedom of thoughts and action, and tolerant and confident. Values clarification reflect on our attitude. So as we believe about everything, values clarification help an individual to relate their thoughts and their feelings to reach the awareness of their own values. Because if your values contradict with your feelings, you may um, have a confusion or unease of your own action. But rather, values clarification, if you know your particular values, everything goes smoothly. So your thoughts, your feelings, and of course your values will be connected with each other and have same agreement. The object of the values clarification strategy is not to teach specific values, but to make students aware of their own personally held values of the way in which their values compare to those of their friends, adults, different group in society, and even other society in other times. So for this topic or for this values verification, so it is not how we're going to impose such specific values to our student or to our for such an individual. Rather, we need to more on focus of what their values are because again their values is depend on their individual interest experience, their family background, or their religion aspect. It is hoped that as this awareness increases, students will consider and perhaps modify poorly founded values while at the same time hold more confidently values which stand the test of review of comparison. So need for values clarification. Values clarification as is integral part of our education system that help children to identify their core personality at it direct them in the right path to choose the type of person they want to be. So your values as a person um, give you the goal. Like I said earlier, the goal, um, what is your purpose in life? Okay, so your purpose and your values should be connected to each other. So your own personality, it will reflect for your to your own action. Values clarification provide a role model for the student, not for the outer world, but within ourselves. So it provides an insight of one's own personality. When a student are clarified for their own values, they will have the opportunity to strengthen it and integrate their value system into a wholeness. Okay, so clarification on values is extremely help these children, our student, to create a specific goal in life, setting priorities, and in managing their own time pace. Value clarification exercises. So this is one of the exercises we need to give to our student for them to identify what are their values. Okay, values clarification is usually provided by therapists, but since we are educator or education student, so we need to know what are the values of our children, our pupils or our student, or to to help them know what are their values in life. Okay, because we are the core person of our student to help them identify these values. But in school, we can use experienced teachers like us, so are familiar with counseling the student. Okay, sometimes children may find it difficult to determine or to identify their core values. For such instances, the teacher may make use worksheet and brainstorming activity. So, through values clarification activities take a variety of forms, but there are a certain basic procedure that should be followed when using this strategy. Teacher begin with the lesson with opening up activities such as which focus on the low risk issues. So the activities require students to indicate their position on an issue in overt or explicit manner. So next is through values clarification activities. Varies of forms, there are certain basic procedure that should be followed when using this strategy. First, the teacher accepts students' response without judgment or evaluation and discourage any attempts by student to challenge or mock each other's position because our values is unique. Okay, our student values is very unique to one another. So, as much as possible, we don't judge them and we don't tolerate mocking students. Like they are sometimes joking about the values of their classmate. Okay, we need to take this more seriously. So next is the student should be asked to explain and provide reason for holding a specific values position. So this is the clarification aspect of your strategy. So first you ask what your student values. You open up, you build a peaceful environment to help you um, build a rapport to your student. Second is you ask your student what are their values in life. And third is for the clarification aspect of the strategies is you need to ask them or provide an explanation why these specific values are their chosen values. So next is the activity should whenever possible be related to issues that is historical import or related to current social or political concern. It will assist the student in process to better understanding among their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So as much as possible, we try to connect their values in specific issues in our environment, okay, or historical aspect. For example, the values of Rizal is more on freedom and educations. Okay, so by this means, by writing Nolo Me Tangere and LPV, we are freed from Rizal inspire more Filipino Katipuneros that to fight for our freedom. So that is the values of Rizal. Okay, so that is you're going to connect issues or historical import to their own values. So worksheet for values clarification. So worksheet play an important role in identifying the inner values, which one aspect the most. In value clarification in education, it helps the student who find it difficult to identify their values. Worksheet has to be planned according to the needs that the situation is. It should suit the characteristic type of values confused child. So this is an example of a worksheet for values clarification. So value clarification, rate the following. For example, you ask your student to rate the following words. Um, for example, is one is the highest, and then the lowest is 10, for example, or 5, which is 5 lang para um, mas simplified. Okay, so for example, your student choose family, friendship, courage, education, and let's say wealth. Okay, choose the 5, and then you're going to rate these 5 values. That is so simple. So value clarification as therapy. Value clarification itself is a tool of psychotherapy technique that can often help us to realize our personal values. So in school, student who didn't identify or realize his own values show a poor progress of his academic and well as curricular activities. Often, values confusion lead to a poor behavioral aspect which result in anxiety, stress, and development and depression rather. Values clarification assists students to know more about themselves and to assign a reasonable goal in most of the time, values clarification among higher secondary students help them to choose their career based on values despite of all other odds and confusion. Values clarification can be used by itself as an integrated technique with other counseling method. The therapy should focus on the aspect of the values confused person where he must ask good clarifying question to make them realize their values. So let's review our concepts. So first we have talked about values clarification. So the need for value clarification as an exercise, values or worksheet for values clarification as part of the activity of your student, values clarification as therapy, and of course we are headed to our conclusion. So as a teacher, we should impose our own values or we should show to our student our values because whether we like it or not, our values is embedded for each individual within within a person. So it's either when someone are seeing you directly or not seeing you, our values will guide us what decision we're going to make. Okay, we're doing it wrong or we're doing it right. So as a teacher, again, we need to hone this student. These are the crucial level of a student, right? Especially in elementary or the primary level. So to we need to guide them or teach them the values they need to possess and what are these values to be guided them in a long run of their development as a person. Conclusion. When we expect good values among school students, it is necessary for them to have a clear picture of their own values. What are your values? What are your values in life? If you know your values in life, you will have a clear picture of your own goals of a person you are. Okay, as a prime hope of a peaceful and prosperous future world, today children's our students need to be clarified about their values, especially in today's era. So the politics, the issues arising in the social media, we need to protect our students with their own values. We need to strengthen them, right? Or we need to educate their minds. What are the values they possess? Okay, if they have a wrong values, so we need to redirect them in order for them to become a better citizens of this generation or era. Values codification helps students to identify more clearly what it is the value in aspect situation, and it helps them to realize that others may hold different but equally acceptable values. In shaping the behavioral aspect of children or student, education and environment of the school play a very vital role. So it is inevitable to impart values clarification in education. And that's all. Thank you. I hope you learned something for today's topic about values clarification. It is important to know or inspire our student with their own values. Okay. Yes, it is important that they have cognitions, critical thinking, but without values in life, they may lead to the wrong path, even though they are bright students. We need to help them become a better person with these values because we may be not there in their life for many years or for a moment only. So when we strengthen their values in life, we are there all along in that in their journey. So here are my reference and today's talk and then presentation design. And that's all. Uh, thank you for listening.